All right, Sisters fans. Now, big news for Zach. It looks like he's getting another financial victory just in time for the holiday season. In the preview for next week's episode, Season 3, Episode 18, entitled From a Woman, the trailer actually begins with Zach on the phone. He's in his hotel room. This is more than likely right after he runs into Andy in the hallway, who had just come out of Robin's room. He's on the phone saying, "You kidding me, right? 1 million. Then he screams, "I'm rich." And that's all we get of Zach from the trailer, aside from the Fatima stuff. But that's another video in itself. But the people who have seen the trailer think that this is some sort of scam and Zach is being set up. This isn't legit. But I had to go back through my video archives to look up what was going on, because this doesn't seem shady to me. Now, before we go further in the video and I break down how exactly Zach became a millionaire, or should I say will become a millionaire in the next episode, make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe, because we are less than 700 people away from 190,000 subscribers. Hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. We're almost at 40% subscriber watch time. So there's a good chance that if you're watching this video now, 6 out of 10 chance you haven't subscribed yet. So please hit both buttons, all on the bell, and hit subscribe. And to round things out, follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. So go back to Season 3, Episode 10, Run Tell That. The employee of the bank, Natalie, was the person who helped out Zach with his financial victory, if you want to just call it that. So even before Episode 10, we need to kind of go back further. Now, initially, in Season 2, I believe, I think it was like right when Fatima was about to ask Zach to stay with her, Zach had earned, he wasn't given, Fatima delivered Zach $25,000 that he earned working with chain breakers once the property they had worked on had sold. So out of that $25,000, Zach gave $5,000 to Karen, which was the start of his debt repayment. $77,000 total, but after giving her that $5,000, it was $72,000 that he gave to her in the form of a check in the mid-season finale of Season 3. I believe it was called Unlock It. But he also gave a portion of money to Fatima after, things with Hayden got crazy, and, he felt that him and Fatima weren't going to be a thing anymore. But we don't know the exact amount he left her, but she gave it back. So Zach had around $20,000 to deposit in the bank that Sabrina and Maurice work at. So he sunk almost the entire amount. I believe Maurice said that, oh, you have to have at least $100 in your account to make sure it's open. So Zach poured in, let's just about $19,800 or so, basically almost the entirety of the $20,000. And from there, this man had a victory in the stocks thanks to the tip he got from the lady he helped at the airport for almost $800,000. I believe the amount was somewhere in the ballpark of $787,000. So when Natalie called Zach to come over to the bank to discuss what to do next, here's how things broke down. Zach moved $500,000 from his original account to an entirely different account. So he has two separate accounts at the bank. So $500,000 was moved, and then of course, he had the check for $72,000 written out for Karen. So Natalie suggested with the remaining $287,000, I would recommend keeping it in your current account and using that for other stock options. From there, she hands him a folder, but he's like, hey, no, I'm actually new to this. Could you actually just go ahead and email all this stuff? So everything in the folder that Natalie was going to give to Zach, that was information on other stocks that the bank has been successful with. So basically, she was saying, hey, keep almost $300K to the side to invest in future stocks that the bank has been successful with. And from there, that literally tells you Zach had just an amazing amount of money to work with. So initially, he deposited almost $20,000 to invest in a stock that gave him almost $800,000. And now this man has almost a little under $300,000 to play around with in the stock market. So it's completely believable that this money would blow up to $1 million or above. Now, I could see the biggest concern here being the fact that How did he do this? Well, I feel like this might come down to Tyler Perry's off-screen actions. Now, we know that Zach has been working his last few days at the airport, and we never saw him looking at his laptop, looking over these stocks information that Natalie sent him, but we could assume he probably did. Not to mention something about the way Zach's being written. Every time he like cuts away a woman from his life, because it seems like him and Fatima call it quits in this episode, at least at the beginning, there seems to be a win for him. So I wish Zach would open his eyes, say, you know what, I don't need to, be shacked up with anybody. I need to focus on me and keep winning. That way, I can build my own, empire, so to speak. But, and I'm not saying I'm anti-Zatima. I'm just saying, just noticing how Tyler has written Zach's victories, like he might lose in one scenario, but then he wins in the financial realm. Trust me, I can relate. Like, back when I was in Lynchburg or whatever in school, whenever I would try to focus on girls, I wasn't doing as well financially. Like, I wasn't poor, but I wasn't making as much money. But when I decided, you know what, forget these women, let me focus on eBay, let me focus on YouTube, money kept coming in. So it definitely resonates with me. So maybe we'll get an explanation. I know we only got like the 2 sentences at the beginning of the promo, and it has people scratching their head like, how the hell is he a millionaire? If it is something that involves Natalie, then yes, this is 100% true. It actually makes sense. Now you're probably wondering, wait, she works at the bank and Sabrina and Maurice no, this doesn't make sense. It's over because it's like it was past 7 o'clock when Karen and Zach talk, and then in the promo we know that Karen and Aaron are at dinner, and she said to move that to 8:30. So what's going on? Natalie was kind of like a liaison. She would go from the bank to the corporate office, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know stocks inside and out, but don't stocks like go around the clock? That's why people always check on their stock investments at any time of the day. So I feel like if Natalie was at the corporate office, then she probably got intel or, news about, hey, Zach, this one stock is going up, or, Zach, this other stock that you invested in off screen blew up, so you might want to sell it. So Zach being a millionaire seems to be legit. Again, I could be completely wrong, but the evidence that we have from previous episodes actually lines up. Kind of like the whole thing with the, wait, how did Zach receive the phone call Fatima made to her friend? I did a video and many social media posts about how I worked in the call center, and then the whole thing about recording phone calls and sending them to people is completely legit. So Tyler Perry making a nod to continuity here in a series, well, so let me just say a season where continuity has just been kicked out of the window. Yeah, Zach is a millionaire, folks. This is going to get crazy. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hope everybody has a wonderful pre-Thanksgiving weekend. Feel free to let me know in the comments if I missed anything. And like I said before, I could be completely wrong, even though I have all facts from previous episodes. When we get to the actual episode, something could be, completely different. But continuity-wise, episode 10, from the $500,000 he moved to a separate account to the $287,000 he had left to play with in the stock market, plus the tips Natalie gave him. I wouldn't say tips, but basically information that the bank has with successful stocks. So again, maybe on his lunch break at the airport, Zach was looking over things and, decided to say, you know what, maybe I'll put 30,000 on this stock, this stock. We just never know. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, like and subscribe, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you want to donate to the channel, so I can invest in the stock market like Zach, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, check out the other content I uploaded early this morning. Plenty of Sisters content. Trust me, you do not want to miss out.